Well, we hope you had a wonderful Christmas. And as we're getting close to 2023, this is the kind of time of the year where we start thinking about, okay, what are we going to do next year? What are our New Year's resolutions? I don't like to call them resolutions. I like to call them goals. And as I was thinking about that, I was even becoming more retrospective, and I was thinking, okay, in 2023, I'm hitting a milestone. I'm going to be 75 years old in just a few months. Tanya will be 65, but 75, to me, that's a pretty big milestone. I mean, to me, that means I'm really playing the back nine. I'm playing the back four. I'm almost ready to make the clubhouse turn. I mean, I don't have a ton of time left. I'm starting to realize my own mortality. Now, I'm very healthy. Everything's fine and great, but we all know that tomorrow isn't guaranteed to anybody. So it's time to start thinking about, okay, what am I going to do with this remaining time that I have left? So not trying to be maudlin or anything, but what I have learned in my nearly 75 years of existence, there are a few things that I have been able to kind of distill down, and I'd like to share those with you. And you can, use it as you wish. Either just say, oh, this guy's full of crap and go on, or, maybe it can help you a little bit with your life. Okay. Number one, I'm going to tell you 7 lessons that I've learned. Number one is only dwell on the present or the future. Don't dwell on the past. The past is gone, and it's just almost irrelevant. The only reason that you could think about the past is if somewhere in your past it gave you some tools that you can deal with your present and your future. We see this all the time in retirement communities. People that were in their previous lives were big shots. Nobody cares. They don't care that you were the CEO of this or that, or if you were in some organization that you were the executive vice president or the blah, blah, blah of whatever, or that if you were in the military that you were a general or whatever. Who cares? Nobody cares. All we care about now is we're here right now. What are we going to do with ourselves? And how can we make ourselves happy and contribute during the latter portion of our lives? So that's my first thing. Only dwell on the present or the immediate future. Number 2, always be open to new experiences. And when I say that, I mean going new places, getting into new kind of situations, meeting new people. And so that when you're getting close to the end, hopefully this is a long ways out, what you're doing is you're judging your life not by money or cars or whatever title you had before, but you're judging it on your experiences. And hopefully those have been of some use to somebody. And when you engage new people that you're talking to, instead of asking, well, what did you do? Well, don't ask them that. I mean, unless you really care, ask them things like, well, in a way, what are you into? Or what projects are you working on right now? Or what interests you? Basically what you're trying to do is to get to what motivates people to get up in the morning. What do you do? What things do you enjoy? That way you can get some kind of a meaningful dialogue going. Number 3, get healthy. Okay, everybody wants to do that, but it really affects everything else. So depending on what your current state of health is, and I'm talking both mental and physical. If you've got some mental problems, you got some problems that have really been bothering you, get help. There's all kinds of resources to get mentally healthy. And as far as physical, we all know what the reasonable metabolic markers are in terms of blood pressure and glucose and LDL, HDL, triglycerides, whatever else there is. Get those in shape. Now, I know it's like saying to an alcoholic, stop drinking, or someone who's clinically depressed, don't be depressed. Well, okay, that's no way to solve the problem, but I am saying, from wherever you are, at least make it better by the end of 2023 than what it was when you started. Number 4, don't waste your time on negative relationships. And I'm talking mostly about friends or associates that you may have had for years, and hopefully you haven't had them for too long, because they just suck the life out of you. And there's no point. If they're unhappy, well, okay, that's their thing. There's no need for you to take on their unhappiness. So just don't waste your time with that. And sort of following up with that is number 5, don't waste your time on irrelevant news. I'm not saying don't be aware of what's going on, but I mean, you can waste so much time on the internet finding out, what's going on, or watching CNN or Fox or MSNBC or whatever your news outlet of choice is. Just getting all this stuff over and over and over, that you have really no control over. I mean, what's the point? I mean, they're just trying to make you feel bad, or, the Democrats, they're doing this and the Republicans are doing that and we're so divided and so forth. Get out of it. I mean, it's in the I don't know how much time you think you have left. I don't know. Nobody knows. But let's say you've got 10 years left. I mean, is at the end of that, are you going to go back and say, gosh, I really wish I would have watched CNN a little more. I would have really been on top of things. Or, Fox really had the right idea there. I'm sorry I didn't watch that more. No, of course not. Okay, number 6, be nice to people. Be nice to people, especially as you get older. Don't be grumpy or mean or something. And even if people aren't nice back to you, be nice to them. For one thing, it'll really surprise them, usually, because they know they're being a jerk. And it's just a better way to go. You have no idea what is going on in their life. There may be something really bad that's making them be that way. Well, it could be they're that way anyway, but then they're not the kind of person you want to be around anyway. And the 7th and most important one, which should be obvious on all of these, is do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. And if helping other people in some way, helping them be happy, makes you happy, then that's cool. And a lot of times that's exactly the way it works out. You make people happy, you're happy. Just do that. One of the things that really makes me happy, of course, is traveling, taking trips. But what's even more important than that is the anticipation of it. Like, we're going on another trip in a week. I am deliriously happy. I'm happier now than maybe even when we go on that trip. And so let me tell you what that trip is, by the way. Our first adventure of 2023, we're going to be gone for about 2 months. In about a week from now, we're going to fly to Miami, and then we're getting on a cruise ship, and we are going through the Panama Canal down the west coast of South America. Going to go to Ecuador, several places there, to Peru, to Chile, and then we're going down to Antarctica to be down in Antarctica for about a week and a half or so. Then go up to South Georgia Island, which we've never been to before, and we understand is just fabulous in terms of wildlife. Then go to the Falkland Islands, and then make our way back to Buenos Aires before we come back. Then we'll be back here in Knoxville for about a month, and then our big plan for the late spring and summer is we're going to go to Africa, and we'll be in a number of different places over a 2 or 3 month period. So anyway, keep watching, please, and hopefully we can bring a little inspiration and joy and fun to your lives and make you happy. Because when you're happy, then we're happy. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.